I'm going to become a multimillionaire, and I'm going to do it by creating an app that I can go into a store, a liquor store, a whiskey store, and I can take my phone and I can take a picture of a bottle of whiskey, and it will then come back and tell me what the fair price of that bottle is and what it will appreciate in value over the next 10, 20 years. I had an experience where I did buy a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle in 2009 for $250 that has now turned into a bottle of whiskey worth $52,000. So I know that it is possible, but what I need is a tool to give me the ability to do it over and over again. And I've learned that I can, through using Chat GPT, I can do that. So what I want to do is take you on the step-by-step process that I'm doing to create a billion-dollar company. Basically, what I'm doing is what Jeff Bezos did when he left the financial world and went to Seattle and said, I'm going to use this new process, this new technology called the internet to create an e-commerce and sell books. I'm going to do the same thing now in 2023 with ChatGPT, and I want to take you along with me as I go through the step-by-step process so you can take your dream and turn it into a reality. That's what I'm going to do over the next several months, and I want you to come with the journey. So subscribe now, and we'll get started just in a second.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
The first step of this was that I recognized an arbitrage. The fact that in different states, a bottle of whiskey sells for different prices based upon the laws that are put out on the sale of liquor in the United States. To give you an example, Alabama is what is called a controlled state. So the Alabama Liquor Board buys all the whiskey and then sells it through their stores. In essence, they basically mark everything up from the distributor for anywhere from about 10 to 25%. So on the other hand, and that's basically how it works in 17 states. In the other 33 states, they take it and run it just like a retail store. They look at it and see what the cost, the suggested retail price is. They assess the demand, and then they price it accordingly. So my bottle that I bought for $250 of Pappy Van Winkle in 2009 was at the same time selling in Indiana and Kentucky for somewhere around $1,000. That still exists. So if I can get the new release, I can immediately make a profit. Well, the other element of it is I maybe can't get it at the cheap price, but nonetheless, the bottle that sold for $1,000 in the multiple states in 2009, the Pappy Van Winkle, some people paid $1,000. They all appreciate it the same. So it is a recognition that it is that whiskey can be an undervalued asset. So what I've done is I created a list of 300 whiskeys that I was interested in. And then I got the Alabama price, and then I started searching the internet to see what is it selling elsewhere. I went to online liquor stores and then built a price. This is a overwhelming task. So as I was putting this together, I learned just last Friday that ChatGPT has a system by which I can ask it to assist me to write the code to go scrape all these websites, the liquor stores, the auction houses, and give me the current prices of what they're selling today's distributions for and what past year's distributions have appreciated too. So now if I can build that code and not have to do it manually, I am one step closer. Then what I have to do is to learn how to create an app so I can use my phone as the means of walking into a store and finding out the price of what this bottle sells for today, and based on past history of price, what is it going to sell for 5 or 10 years from now? Now, what will I do with that app? I'll sell it. Okay? I'll sell it. Why would I sell it? To build a business. Let's say I update the app on a monthly basis, so it's current. So you want to get into buying liquor and investing in liquor so that it is a part of your portfolio, part of your alternative investments. So what you do is you subscribe to my app. If I can get 8,333 people paying me $20 a month for using this app, I have a $2 million business. Okay? And all I have to do is write that code and then keep it up. Is that worth an effort? Is there something you're doing that you have a passion for that you could build an app? Think about this. There are people in the Spotify, the one that feeds you your music. These people made apps. So, and then went into collaboration with Google and Apple to present the apps and became billionaires. Why can't you do it? I know I can because I've experimented already with Chat GPT. Let me take you to the computer, and this is going to be step one. You're going to come on this journey with me. You're going to see what I'm doing, and I'm going to teach you how to become a billionaire. Why would I do that? Why would I share this with you? I'm a 78-year-old retired financial advisor, and I want to leave a mark behind. So let's start now. Okay, this is ChatGPT. I'll leave you to find your way here. So what I did was I just said, can you help me build a program that analyzes the prices of 300 whiskeys and projects their future value in 5-year increments? And as you can see here, yes, I can help you build a program to analyze the 300 whiskeys and project the prices. The first thing, and what he's doing is giving me an outline, data collection. Collect the data of the prices that you need and on the web. Then he says data cleaning and preparation. Exploratory data analysis, model selection, training and validation, future value projections, and what he's basically done is given me an outline of all the work I need to do. And I said, this isn't what I want. I need some more help. Can you give me the past 20-year prices on Blanton's bourbon? I'm sorry, basically says I can't do that. Okay? So that's as far as I got. Then I went and said, I took some of his words and employed them. As a consultant, I gave him a title. Can you assist me in scraping the web to assess the best price appreciations on 300 whiskeys? Again, he gives me and says, as a language model, I'm unable to perform web scraping tasks directly. However, I can provide you with some guidance in approaching this task. So now he comes in and he says, here are some steps that you can follow for scraping the web. And he gives me some words that I don't know and some programs that they don't know. And he says, use a web scraping tool or library to extract your data. You can use tools such as Beautiful Soup or Scrapy in scrappy in Python. I'd heard the word Python before, and so I chose that one. So then I go down there, can you produce the web scraping code in Python that will extract the names of the whiskeys, the brands, the age, the price, and the dates, the date the prices was last updated. I'm sorry, as an I can't directly access the web on your behalf. However, I can provide you with an example of how you could use Python and Beautiful Soup to extract. What? Okay. What he's going to do, and there you see it, he's going to write my code. Before you begin, make sure that you have the following libraries installed. Request for making HTTP requests to the website, and Beautiful Soup 4. I don't know what the hell that means, okay? But there it is. Then here's an example of the code snippet and the names of the whiskeys and brands, and I have no idea what this is. Okay, other than I've seen this kind of code before when I mistakenly go into the code section of a website. So what do I do with this? Well, basically, what I'm going to do is ask him another question, okay, and say, how do I do this? How do I, by making sure the following libraries are installed? And so I'm going to have to ask him, how do I install the request for making HPT, and how do I install that? And he'll tell me that, okay? So the way I look at this is as if someone is sitting there, and I don't know how to do what I need to do, and he gives me little snippets, and I just ask another question, and I just ask another question. And eventually, I will build this code, and I will learn it. How long will it take me? I don't know. But that doesn't matter, because what I've got here is an expert. All I've got to do is be bold enough to ask the questions and interpret. I once someone said to me, wow, you're very smart. I said, no, I'm not smart. I'm dyslexic. I can't read. I barely made it out of high school. I had to almost cheat my way through college. But I'm persistent. I'm focused. And I believe I can learn anything. It just may take me longer than it takes you, but I'll get there. So this is the journey I'm on. Let's explore this a little bit further. In 1994, Jeff and Mackenzie Bezos, that wasn't Mackenzie's name at the time, packed up from Wall Street and went to Seattle. And because they recognized that the world was about to change because of something called the internet, even the World Wide Web at that time. And he said, I need to find a niche within this new world that's coming that I can build a business around. I'm going to sell books, okay? That's exactly what I'm doing. I see there is a change coming in the way our world's going to work, and it's going to revolutionize how people access data, how people put themselves in a position that they want to be, and they can profit. And that's what I'm doing. I've just chosen my niche, and like Jeff and Mackenzie chose their niche, and since 1994 and today, that courage, that inspiration has made him one of the wealthiest people in the world. That's exactly what Elon Musk did. And what I'm trying to convey to you is you have the opportunity right now to do the very same thing. And all you've got to do is follow the path they followed. Now, you don't you say, I don't know the next step. That's why I'm here, because I don't know the next step either. I know the first step, which I just showed you. Now what you have to do is find your niche and say, this is what I'm really interested in. And this is what is going to make me happy for the rest of my life. And just as a side benefit, might make me a billionaire. Okay? You and I, until just 3 weeks ago, did not have the ability or the access to the information to achieve this goal. You had to be blessed. You had to be a 16-year-old who'd been playing games for the past 14 years and said, oh, I know what the next step is. I don't, but I know how to ask questions, and I know how to access a program, and I know how to connect the dots. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to stay with me here. It could take us months, and I won't do every video on this, but subscribe to the channel and watch for the videos that I'm doing on how I'm going to build this app. As I said, whatever it is that you're interested in, think about the ability to create an application that is on a phone that either using scanning or voice or pictures, you can help people achieve goals that they want, or you can help them get access to whatever is in this 40 years of data that has been accumulated over the years, and you give them an avenue to access it. I've chosen whiskey. Okay, because I have an interest in it, because I got lucky and bought a bottle in 2009 for $250 that turned into $52,000. So that said to me, if it happened once, has it ever happened before? So I Googled, I looked, and you damn bet it has. I showed you a video a couple of days ago where a guy bought a bottle of whiskey A.H. Hatch for $50, and it turned into $7,500 in a matter of years. How Macallan's, if you can get it, it can go for as much as $158,000 if you can get that bottle. But first, you got to know that it's possible, and then you got to know where to look, and then you got to be, before you lay out $2,000 for this bottle of whiskey, you got to be sure that this is a winner, and you'll know that by using my app. So, will that empower people? You bet it will. You can do the same thing. Please don't steal my idea and get ahead of me on this. That wouldn't be fair. That just wouldn't be fair. But I'm not worried about that. If you do it, okay, shame on you, my mistake. But I want to help you and your family achieve beyond your dreams. And that is to take this bit of knowledge, or no, not a bit of knowledge, this wealth of knowledge that is now available to you through OpenAI, Chat GPT, and Codex. That's that little black box. That's Codex. That is the Chat GPT helping you write code for the program that you want to create. Now, will this create an app? I don't know. I haven't asked that question yet. But I will, I assure you, down the line, once I get that code and once I push a button and it goes through and it gives me a spreadsheet like what I'm doing manually, and says, okay, this is all you need and this is how you update it on a regular basis. And then I go to Chat GPT and say, how do I build an app? Okay, this is exciting. Yeah, this is exciting, as excited as you'll see a 78-year-old man get. We'll talk more about this in the future.